Hi, this is Joey with Angler Lighting. And today what I'd like to do is introduce you to a new and exciting product that we're quite proud about. It is the ParaSail umbrella. Good for most shooting venues, and more importantly, it is a lighting modifier that allowed you to shoot in very tight spots. This is a lifesaver when it comes to light modifiers. It comes in 45, 60, and 88 inches. Let's take a look at each one of them, okay? Just so you get a sense of perspective, take a look at the 45. The 45, it's parabolic in shape, it's concavity. Now keep in mind, it's got a lot of surface area as well. This surface area allows you a much softer type of light source. All three of the models are able to use as a convertible. That is, this top comes off and you can use it as a translucent scrim as well, or a shoot-through if you will. Let's take a look at the 60. Great as a main light source. Plenty of coverage, larger surface area, very soft light. Use this for small groups, maybe for a family if you wish, or you can complement it with the 45 and use the 45 as a fill. Now the granddaddy of them all is the 88 inch. Look at this guy. Plenty of surface area, very soft light source. Imagine using two of these to light an automobile, if you will, or maybe a football team or a large family. Use it for events. Maybe use it for architecture, if you will. But this is going to definitely give you the coverage that you desire. Let's take a look at some images that we shot recently, and you'll see how effective that the ParaSail is in tight spaces. We first have this runway shot, and it's essentially a red carpet. And what we did here is we used the 88 and the 60 to light up a red carpet event. And you can see that the light is very generous, very soft, and I dare say it's extremely glamorous. Very good coverage and flattering. Now in the contrast, we have another shot that we did of a gentleman here, and it's shot in black and white, and we used it on a 90-degree shot vertically. You can use the ParaSail as a strip bank as well, which makes it extremely versatile. And you can see the detail and the coverage that it added to this particular portrait of this gentleman here. We were so impressed with how crisp the light is and how contrasty it is. Beyond that, you can see the dramatic fall off on that particular shot. It's amazing. It gives a beautiful Rembrandt type of shot. Now, what we're going to do here in a few minutes is we're going to do a live photo shoot with Annette. Say hi, Annette.
Hi.
And we're going to do a live photo shoot here, and I'm going to show you some Rembrandt lighting, and we're going to use the 88 inch and the 60 inch in a very tight room here. And you're going to see how versatile the ParaSail can be in a tight space. We have one other shot that I want to share with you. It was shot in a corporate environment, and essentially what we did is we have a presenter giving data to a few colleagues, and you can see in the room that it's very tight. The ParaSail was able to give us a certain amount of light that was evenly distributed, soft, and more importantly, it pleased our clients. It enabled us to get the coverage that we needed. But beyond that, I think that the light is quite nice. And I'm sure you'll agree. Alrighty? So at this point, maybe we should just get started and do a photo shoot. Very good. Okay, let's get started here. So what I'm going to do here is we're starting this from bare bones. And what we're going to do is I'm going to meter first. I'm going to start off with the 88 inch. And I'm going to set up a Rembrandt type of lighting. And we're going to get a nice wraparound lighting. Are you set, Annette?
I'm ready.
Oh, very good. Okay, excellent. So let's start off with the 88 inch. Okay, here we go. Oh, and you can see we're in a very tight spot here. And I'm going to set this up here. And You can see we're limited with space. But what I want to really emphasize is you can see that the angler, because of its unique shape, it allows us to set up a very, very broad light source in a very, very tight space. And you're going to see the results here in a second. Alrighty. And what we want to do is we want to create the classic Rembrandt type of lighting. Let's go. Let's first meter it, of course. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. Okay. Why don't we stand over here just a little bit? Oh, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay. We're at 4 3/4-ish. It's a good depth of field there. And okay, let's wake this thing up. Okay. Alrighty, very good. And what I'm doing is I'm shooting 3/4 here. Let's do 2 more, just for sake of, there you go, very good. Drop the chin just a millimeter. Excellent, thank you, Annette. Let's take a look at these images. Now, what I want to emphasize here is we are using the 88-inch ParaSail, and you can see the wonderful wraparound quality. What we have there is, I would say, almost a perfect Rembrandt type of shot. It's clean. We're in a tight spot. What do you think, Annette?
I love them.
She loves them. We're happy. Okay, now let's go a little more dramatic with the 88-inch. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shift it out just a little bit. Now, this technique is called feathering the light. We're going to feather the light a little bit. In other words, we're going to use some of the outsource of the light as opposed to the focusing of the light. And that's the beauty of the ParaSail. It's going to allow us to use a little more diversity. You're going to see a little bit different type of quality of portrait here. Okay? And you can see here at an angle. And we're using a full 88 inches of a light source in a very small room. Let's take a few shots. Let's go a little wider. Very good, Annette. Very good. Thank you. Hold that pose. Let's do 2 of these. 1 more. Okay, let's take a look at these images. And I want to see the last 2. And you can see we're getting our perfect Rembrandt lighting. Little shadow there, no big deal. But I'm happy with the results. If we cropped it in a little bit, I think this would definitely work for her portfolio. Quite flattering. Now again, we are utilizing an 88-inch light modifier in a small, tight space. And the ParaSail is a lifesaver when one needs generous light. Again, it's up to you. You want to use the 60-inch or the 45-inch? Very subjective. No right, no wrong, no better, no worse. But more importantly, it is a creative palette. We have a few questions that came in, and let's see if we can't answer them for you. Thank you. Hey Joey, I'm shooting in my garage. It's about 8 feet tall and has a small window on one side. What size umbrella should I use? Well, that's a very good question. Depends what you're doing. If you're doing small groups, maybe a portrait or 2, I'd start with the 60-inch. If in doubt, go with the 45, depending on your style of lighting. But I think the 60-inch is a good way to start. That way you can cover more than a few people, if you will. And if you're shooting product, the 60-inch will definitely do the job. It'll give you the coverage that you're looking for. Next question here is, what angle is best to position the ParaSail at? Well, if you've seen my classes and any of my lectures, I always say start at 45 degrees. But don't limit yourself. Why not go 30? Why not go 90 degrees? Just like you saw the dramatic portrait of the gentleman in black and white, that was shot at 90 degrees at a vertical position. It adds creativity. I think it's important to play with different positions of the light and kind of diversify yourself. Play outside your own box. I think what happens is as artists, we tend to get a little stuck, but experiment. That's what I would do. Next question, can I use the ParaSail outdoors? Absolutely, by all means. But keep in mind, the wind will be your enemy if conditions are lend so. Keep in mind, sandbag your stands if you can. Be adherent to the conditions outdoors. If you feel as though that maybe it's getting a little topsy-turvy, maybe practice a little caution. A ParaSail can be a sail under the wrong conditions. So keep in mind, practice a little common sense, if that makes any sense to you. But absolutely, use the ParaSail outdoors, play with it, experiment with it, and more importantly, just be adherent to your conditions. I really appreciate this. My name is Joey, and I'm with Angler, and I appreciate your time, and I look forward to future casts. Thank you.